Right, you've got the two Stephens now. It's myself, who I'm not quite sure what I do. Hype man or describer of motorcycles, and the boss, Stephen. 55% on the day. We think it might be as high as 60%. We're very pleased with that.
Yeah, we're building the brand. I think we've had a good day. We're getting more people through the door. Lots more registered bidders. We're on eBay now as well, and that's made a big difference.
Yeah.
Lots of people coming in who've got the inquiries through there. And I just think we're building the brand. We've got some great stock, haven't we?
Yeah, and the variety for me, and being adventurous, like we had a lot of dirt bikes. We're not dirt bike auctioneers, that's not what we do. But on this sale, we got a lot of classic dirt bikes in. Now in our
and
next
they're popular,
one,
aren't they?
Yeah, they are, but in our next one, we might only have a few. We had a lot of scooters in a sale a couple of sales ago. We've only got one or two this time. And I think for me, the beauty of Manor Park's bike auctions are, you never know what you're going to see.
Well, that's it.
You never know what you're going to see.
We are moving more into the more modern stuff as well. We're getting a lot of Japanese stock, which sells really well, and we're really good at that. And I think we've had some superb bikes today, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And some great prices.
Oh yeah, but I was going to say one thing that you will always find now is at the heart of our sales, 80s and 90s superbikes.
Yeah.
Because that's where the collectors are collected, if you will.
Let's pick a couple out, Steve. Come on.
Okay, no problem.
So talk to me about this one. I thought this was a cracker.
The MV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Beautiful.
A museum quality piece.
Yeah.
You don't see many of these.
Fabulous. Signed
I remember
as well.
this bike coming out. I remember riding it when it was new. I ran one for about 6 months. An uncompromising motorcycle. If it was a car, it would be...
Lamborghini?
Yeah, I was going to say more Ferrari because MV have got that proud racing history. Maybe like a 460 Ferrari was the four-wheeled equivalent of this. To find one with virtually no miles on it like this one, I do wonder if this should literally be in a museum.
Yeah, it's a museum piece.
It is a museum quality piece. And
we had some lovely ones, didn't we? This one, I love this one. The CCM.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I blabbed on in the auction about my contact with CCM. I've been riding their bikes. I'm working with CCM at the moment on their current range. But this one, it's pretty damn special. One of a limited edition. It's got just about every single optional extra. CCM make a big deal of the fact that they build your bike for you.
Yeah,
and this one's got everything on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything on it.
And I think what I'm pleased about is the range, just the cross section we've got. We've got the motocrossers over there. We've got all the sports bikes here, and then we've got what you would describe as probably what the touring bikes over there.
Yeah, the custom and the cruiser bikes.
Yeah, I love those.
There's literally something for everybody, and we've still got. I mean, you know, I've been coming to classic bike auctions for 40 years now. And I remember when I started going to Stafford and I started going to the one in Bolton, there was a lot of black British motorbikes, Nortons, Triumphs, Sunbeams, BSAs, Ariels, all those great names. We've got some of those, but there's so much more variety. And in the same way as you were saying, look at the car side of Manor Park, and there's a real resurgence in performance cars, from the 80s and 90s, particularly Ford, particularly Vauxhall. And the same thing's happening in bikes. Those 80s super bikes, the GSXRs, the Fireblades, the 90s stuff, Hayabusas.
Always sell. And what I want to say is that here at Manor Park, we started in classic cars, but the bikes are now as big as the cars and as important as the cars. And we want a bike, we want your bike, we want your business. Yeah. You bring it down here to this fantastic facility, the only one in the Northwest. It will be stored securely, will be looked after, we'll give you the best service.
Well, Stephen, that's what people ask me about, because people say, oh, are you doing that auction thing? Because word gets out, and I say, yeah. And they say, oh, will I ever bring my bike down? And I say, yeah, it's stored securely. It's the only place that can do that. And that, for a lot of people, is, you know, I've quite a few bikes in here that have come through, people that I know, and that reassurance that the bike will be kept securely before and after the sale. Yeah. They come here, they stay here until it's paid for.
They don't go outside.
It goes
this
to the
is
next
a 30,000 square foot facility. If you just pan round, Charlotte, you can see You know, just the amount of stock we've got, the amount of space we've got. There's rooms, off rooms, everything. These bikes come in, they don't move, they're secure. If they don't sell today, as I say, we'll do probably 60% because we'll be cleaning up all week. We'll be selling bikes, but the ones that don't sell next week, they can be in the February sale as well.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty. They can stay here. We'll look after them. They'll be back in February, and we'll do the job again.
And what I've also enjoyed is seeing people who work here at Manor Park not be able to resist buying bikes, particularly my friend and colleague, Mr. Paul Cowland, who's really supposed to be here to sell cars, but he comes into my world and helps me out with the bikes. And
well, like us all, we're falling in love with bikes.
Yeah.
I bought one as well.
You bought one.
Yeah,
he bought one.
Yeah.
The only person who hasn't bought one's me.
Yeah, come on, you need to get your hand in
No,
your pocket.
I had enough before I even started here. I'm operating on a one-in, one-out principle, but I must admit, I mean, you know, I came here today and I just thought, oh, that Hayabusa. I was so glad that the way that sale went, where it was going backwards and forwards, and we had that gentleman in the room. He'd seen the Hayabusa on eBay, because as you're saying, we're doing that now. We're advertising the bikes on eBay before the sale.
Yes.
He came here to buy it, but he had somebody against him. That's the nature of an auction. And at the end, Jules, our brilliant auctioneer, literally put his hand in his pocket and honestly to God, not prearranged or anything, took the 50 quid out of his own pocket that was required to make that gentleman secure that sale.
He was in the room.
I've never seen anybody do that before.
Fantastic.
And it was great.
The guy wanted it, and it was a nice story.
Because we say it's about the passion and it's about the enthusiasm. We're obviously here to sell cars and to sell bikes, but every single person here is an enthusiast. And for me, that moment summed it up. Jules just went, I'll do what I have to. He put his hand in his pocket. He gave the fella 50 quid. And that fella
Well, that is a one-off. By the way, that is a one-off.
Yeah. Sorry. Just before I could have. It's never going to happen again.
But can I just
Once
say
was enough.
We're really pleased with your business. We value your custom. We want your bikes. Please get them down here. We'll look after you. And I want to wish all our biking customers a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And lots of thanks from me.
Absolutely.